In this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the hot grind, and it looks like this. So the hot grind, as you can see, it's a grind in the palm of your hand where the yo-yo is a little bit horizontal. And as you're doing this trick, when you first catch the yo-yo, it's going to be bouncing all over the place. So make sure that when you practice this, your hands are dry and clean. That'll help a lot. But it is just going to take a lot of practice to get used to getting the yo-yo to stay put. So I'm going to give you as many tips as I can. So the first thing that you want to focus on with this trick is your throw. And as you saw, when I threw the yo-yo, I just throw the yo-yo and pull it right up into the trick. I've taught a lot of different people to do this trick, and a lot of them, they prefer that instead of just throwing it and getting it right into their hand, they prefer to do a couple banana turnovers. And I think that just allows them to control the yo-yo a little bit more. So again, you can throw it as hard as you want when you do this, and then you do a couple turnovers, and then you pick the yo-yo up. And like I said, I think they prefer that because they can really throw the yo-yo as hard as they want. And definitely having a hard throw is super important for this trick. Now, the key thing with the throw is the angle at which you pick the yo-yo up and get it into your hand. And so one reason I like to do just a straight throw without the banana turnover is I can control the angle really well. And what you want is when you catch the yo-yo, you want it to sit right in your hand, right along this line that's already in your palm, because that'll give you the most control. So again, when I throw it, instead of throwing the yo-yo across my body like I typically would or way up here for a normal horizontal throw, I actually throw it a little bit in front of me. And you'll see that the yo-yo isn't perfectly horizontal. I throw it at a little bit of an angle. And that allows just the edge of the yo-yo to touch my hand as I'm doing the grind. And that just seems to allow it to grind just a little bit longer. So if you're going to do the banana turnovers, you want to do the same thing where you use those pinwheels to control the angle of the yo-yo. So it's just a little bit angled for when you go up for the catch. And pretty much what the angle is that you're doing those pinwheels, that's the angle that the yo-yo is going to end up. So practice either way. Whatever works for you is totally fine. So like I said, when you catch it in your hand, you want to catch the yo-yo at an angle right along this line in your hand right here. What you also want to do is you want to cup the inside of your hand as much as you can. And you can imagine if you were to scoop up some water, when your hand is like this, the water would stay in your palm. What I do is I just kind of bring the inner part of my pinky and my thumb together, and that creates that little cup for the yo-yo. The reason why you want this is when you catch the yo-yo, if your palm is up like this, having such a deep area in your hand, that'll draw the yo-yo down into it, and it'll also help it to stay put so that it doesn't want to bounce out because it's spinning so much. So that's just one thing that, again, you'll get used to it. You'll also notice that I'm not catching the yo-yo up here, my hand is out here, and that just helps to work with the angle a little bit better. So once you have the catch, then you want to set up your bind. And so with the bind, the first thing that you want to do is you want to throw the string past the yo-yo and even past your thumb right here. And what that does is it sets the string up so that you can easily feed it into the gap of the yo-yo. And that's going to be one of those things where at first it's going to be difficult to get the yo-yo to stay put, and then it's going to be difficult to have enough time to do the trick because the yo-yo's not going to spin as long because you need to throw harder and get control faster. But then the last part that's really tricky is getting the string to actually go into the gap. And that's the biggest thing that I've noticed, is if you can toss the string right past the yo-yo, then you see that it feeds in, and then you can complete the trick by wrapping around once and then just pulling off to the side. So as you can see, this is a pretty impressive trick. Once you really get it down, it can spin a long time in your hand, and that'll give you time, especially if you're using a metal yo-yo. Some plastic yo-yos can manage this, but it's quite a bit easier with an anodized yo-yo. The other thing is, just like any other grind, it's a lot easier to catch the yo-yo and get it to stay put if there's less motion when you're actually catching it. So what I do is I try to get my hand right under it, right as the yo-yo's peaking, and that way there's not a lot of downward motion. I try to limit the forward and back and the side-to-side motion. That also helps as well. Now, one more thing I can show you with this particular grind is once you really have it down and it can sit in your hand for a little bit, you can even use this to do a vortex. And it's pretty simple. All you're going to do is, right as you set up the bind, instead of pulling off to the side, you're just going to pull straight up. So that looks like this. Just set it up. You want to wait for the spin to die a little bit, because if it's going too fast, it won't vortex quite as well. So there is a matter of timing of how slow the yo-yo is going to go so that you can get the vortex done exactly right so it looks good, but so it also winds up. Again, you'll have to play with that. But like I said, it's a pretty straightforward motion. You're just pulling up, getting your hand above the yo-yo while it does the vortex. So there's a lot to play with this trick, and it's really fun, and once you get it down, it's really satisfying. So that is the hot grind.